folks, welcome to part 12, yes indeed, of the Luthier's Lair series detailing the build of Project Jonas, which is a highly customised Gazzbass Quintessence bass guitar. Yeah, this episode is going to see pretty much the bass working. All the electronics will get buttoned up, we'll assemble the bass and we'll see if it makes an actual bass-like noise with strings on. So, without much further ado, let's go get on with it and get it all assembled. There's probably going to be a part 13, so just to demo it, but let's go. So all the holes are drilled for the bridge. I'm going to take the bridge now. Pop that on there and start just getting the screws in there, cutting some threads into the wood. And the drill bit was slightly small, which is good. And we'll get our handy dandy Vaseline here, just put a little bit to the screw, help prevent splitting anything, splitting the wood and stuff like that. Oh, hello, somebody's watching. It's not live actually. And we do the two ends first. Okay, now you can use a power tool for this, but be very careful with it, okay? Just if you hear that squeak, back off. And go back in. Again, and so on and so forth, and that will get you pretty much jacked up. I'm putting this stuff in, and I'll back this screw all the way out now because I want to do this one. You don't want too much tension on the screw. See, the problem is with a power tool, you might split off the head of the screw, which is never a good idea. Always try and keep the original hardware with the parts that you get. So, it's just a case of cutting these threads. A bit more Vass on that. Now, I have cut a thread down quite far in this now. So I can switch to a regular screwdriver, I think, here. And just give me an actual feel for it anyway. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. And this one should be fairly easy now as well to get in. Yeah. That's quite tight still, but still okay. Now I can feel it with my hands. I know it's going to be okay. There you go. It's better to have the screw holes initially tight than it is to be slack, obviously. And when they are slightly tight like that, with the aid of Vaseline, you're going to cut a nice thread into the wood there. So let's go and get this all bolted up and everything, and we'll come back. Cool. So I have one string on the bass right now because I just want to see if I'm going to get a signal from this preamp and or pickup. I buzzed out the pickup. I know this is working. All resistances match the specification of the pickup. So I'm going to go plug this in now. Everything is wired correctly. I triple checked the wiring diagrams for this particular circuit. And I'll switch this on. I'm going to get no luck here, I know it. Okay. Just check if I've got a ground. I do. You can hear that. Ah. Right. Now there's the preamp. What we're going to do is going to join this Okay. Nothing. All the controls are up max, and I'm getting this 9 and 18 volts, no problem. There's nothing coming from there. And I have the pickup in parallel mode right now, just bare wire. I should be getting some signal, although it's not properly grounded yet, of course. And I can hear a slight hum from the amp. And everything's sort of up max there too. You can hear it. Yeah. Nothing going on there. There's nothing coming from that pickup. So I'm betting it's a preamp. There's something going on with the preamp. I can adjust these pots here. Nothing. Nothing. Seem to have a dead preamp. Let me put it into active mode. Nothing. I think we have a screwed up preamp here. Oh well. Okay, I do have the replacement, so I'm going to have to go and install the replacement. Take all this apart. Oh dear, and send this one back. Sorry about that, folks. No wiring diagram for the pickup there. Yeah, well. Okay, back soon. Okay, one string in place, pickup in place. I've wired the pickup actually in series, just as is, before I put in a series split parallel switch, just to make sure everything's working. My voltmeter on here, I've got 9 volts on this, put it in 9 volt mode. It's plugged in. I'm going to switch the amp on, make sure all these are sort of turned up. Active, passive, okay, that's okay. Turn this all the way up, this all the way up, and this all the way up. As you can see, it's not properly grounded really yet. Yeah, so I'm going to get some buzzing. If I touch this though, if I touch this, it'll ground to me and you'll hear a reduction in the buzz. So let's switch the amp on. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely needing grounded. But you can hear it's working. So now all these are hanging out with all this RF going into there. Let's turn this down a little bit. I know that it's working now, so I should pull this out. Active? Yeah. Passive. 18 volts. Whoa, a lot of overhead on 18 volts. Let's put it back to 9. Yeah, so it works. So now I'm confident enough that I can go ahead and get all this properly wired and tidied up. I can take this bridge off now, get a ground going there. Yeah. It's alive! It's alive! Okay, we're going to do a little test fit now. The back of this will have copper shielding on it, and there'll be a little tab that comes up here that makes all the connections to ground. As you can see, the ground wire is already in there. All the cavities are connected. If for grounding, and I've just put the jack plate on. Just 2 screws right now to get it centered properly, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put everything in place so that I can get an idea for how it's going to behave. You know, stick that in maybe like that, or this, or that. You know, it's a question of just positioning everything so that you get an optimal setting. That's good, then that's good, and then that's good. Okay, now I have a pigtail here for ground just in case I need it. I think I probably will, and then that'll go in like so, and that'll get all tidied up afterwards. And just place that down there to where it's meant to go. And there we go. That's how it'll look. There's one poking out there. Just tuck that in. And that's how it'll go. Just go in there. Now, I haven't finished this yet. It's still a bit all sort of scraped up, which is intentional because I want this to be kind of matte instead of glossy like the body. So I've got some sort of contrast. I've got grease and stuff all over this already. That's fine. But yeah, that's how it'll look. So, let me see. There, and there. Like so. Yeah. Should look pretty good, eh? Pretty good. There we go. That's better. That's more central. About there. Like that. Okay, and then we've got all the controls out here. So I'm going to test fit that completely, actually, and you know, see if everything still makes a sound. Should be easily registered. So let's go. Okie doke. So I have all the stuff. Put that to 9 volts. That's 9 volts. That's 18 volts. Sorry. Parallel split series, active, passive, bass, middle, treble. Okay, I've only got this being held with 2 screws right now because I'm just testing this. Of course, the ground circuit isn't really complete yet because the bridge isn't on, the neck's on, and stuff like that. I just want to make sure things work. So let's take a jack plug. Oh, nice and tight. Let's plug that in. Switch on the amp. No noise. Perfect. Bit of ground there. Yeah, it's really good. That's tone, actually. Tone. That's treble. That'll be middle. It is indeed. And this will be bass. It is. So we've got treble, middle and bass there. This is master volume and active, passive. Active, passive. Push pull. Nice. Yeah. So it works great. That's fantastic. Now I can actually complete this instrument. Get it all assembled and set up. Brilliant. Okay, here we are. The whole body is finished now, except for the strap locks, which I put in last usually, just for balance purposes. But here we have the control plate buffed up to a semi-gloss. The whole body is a a real gloss, and all the electronics are in place and working. There we go there with these lovely knobs. They're very nice. I like them a lot. This is all working. Pickup's great, man. Really responsive. Cover's good. I made that completely matte. And I am supplying a spare maple, sorry, oak one. Hold on, I'll go get that for you. Just in case Jerome wants a change of colour, you can stick that one in if he wants, you know. But I think the walnut there gives a good contrast. Walnut veneer. This is all outlined so that the relief is apparent. Bridge is in place and everything now, living well. Now we're going to go and finish up the neck, and all that needs to be done to the neck now. I just installed the the dot inlays in the fretboard on the side of the fretboard, which is a tedious process, but you know, not conducive to videoing probably. But let's go and finish the neck, and we'll soon have this baby assembled. Yes. Oh, back soon. So we're going to coat the back of the neck here in boiled linseed oil. Boiled linseed oil, not just linseed oil. Boiling it polymerizes it somewhat so that it's ready to set. Regular linseed oil will never ever dry. Okay, so this is boiled linseed oil and it will dry. Excuse me. The first go around is to get a piece of like t-shirt material, cotton rag, okay, no lint, and we wipe on a first coat. We leave it 15 minutes, wipe off the excess. I'll leave it another 15 minutes and put a second coat on, then wipe off the excess. Then I'll leave it for a little while, maybe 4 hours or something, and I'll put a third coat on, the same thing again, and then I'll let it dry for a couple of days. We should be good. Okay, so boil linseed oil, dip the rag in there. You can see it's kind of yellow colour, which is okay, and just start splashing that on. I have masked off the fingerboard. The fingerboard's actually going to get linseed oil in it too after I'm done with this. Just make sure it's nice and even and soaks in properly. Don't be too scared to be too liberal with it, because you're going to wipe off the excess anyway. And just smooth that in. And this oil is just going to, it's going to seep into the pores, even though this is maple and it's a close grained and tight pored wood. Oh, that's why you put tape on it. And we're going to go over all of the maple on the neck, get it all covered, and you know, just liberally use it so that you're sure that it's going to absorb into the wood. The first coat's probably the most important on doing this. With other things you want to put a light coat on first, like spraying poly or something, the tack coat as they call it. But with this it's no problem, because you're going to wipe some of it off in a few minutes anyway. So there's the first coat on, and you see the green kind of pops on the neck. Don't worry too much about the heel here, because that's hidden. But it's good to do a good job all round anyway. And just make sure you're getting to all the little bits that are bare. And there you go. So we're going to wait 15 minutes. I'll come back, do it again and again, and then the next time, the next segment will probably be just getting the bass together and getting it strung up and testing it out. See how much of a setup it needs on its first assembly. Cool. That's it for part 12. Looking good, sounding good too, I must say. Yeah, there will be a part 13, so I can just demo the electronics and the bass itself, give you an idea of how it sounds, which is, you know, it's not completely accurate because you're not there in person, but you'll hear all the tonal variations and differences that the bass can provide. So that'll be coming up next week, and next week actually, which will be let's see, it's the 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere around the 18th of February or so this year, the bass will be shipped out to France, where it will go to its new owner, Jerome. So until the next time then, stay safe, be good, catch you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers, take care, bye bye.